We missed that intro.
Oh, we missed the intro. It's okay. The first episode will be missing an intro.
Do you reckon anyone's interested in what the intro music was?
What was the intro music, Hugh?
So that was a free Creative Commons MP3 from a guy called PLO, Vingabus.
Vingabus. And it is the bus factor, so I think that's
Gotta have some bus theme music.
That's a bus theme music. And it was pretty catchy. Considering it's Creative Commons, you know, I expect worse when I normally think of open source music, so it's pretty good. Yeah, so for those who don't know, we're at the Manners Victoria intersection. What you can see here, if you look on the very left of your screen, is a red light. This indicates buses shouldn't be fucking going. So it's going to be pretty simple. If you see a red light in the top middle left-hand corner there, and a bus is going through the intersection, he's breaking the fucking law. He's going to murder a cunt. Okay? We haven't actually we were going to have counters up on the screen for how many people die tonight. For those who don't know, it happens a lot in Wellington. Buses hit people.
Yeah, just the other week, wasn't there a bus first pedestrian critical injury? I mean, it's not a laughing matter.
Wow, yeah. You can almost see where that was from the camera. It's a little bit further down the street. So people do die. So there we are, green light, buses are going. Let's have a look here. Do you reckon we're going to see?
Yeah, potentially.
Right now?
So if anyone wants to talk to us as well, remember to use the Twitch chat.
Twitch chat. Oh, and I just realized we forgot to start the FM stream. Let's get that shit started as well.
Oh yeah, so tune in on 107.7.
107.7. We'll start the stream and we'll talk again because we actually have to legally broadcast our location once an hour. There we are. So the FM stream should be up now. Just look, it's up. That looks like it's up.
Yeah, that sounds like it's up.
Okay, there we are. So for those listening on the FM stream, we're at the corner of Manners and Victoria, where the bus factor. Hit us up on Twitter.
Doesn't actually go that far. You might be able to get to the Macca's on the corner.
Yeah, so really, if you're sitting at the intersection, you can hear it. Otherwise,
I mean, you could go for a feed and just have a watch, and you'll be able to see the same stuff we can
while listening to the stream. So I think it's pretty good. Yeah, so we're starting at 4:30. As time goes on, these buses are going to get more aggressive. See, as night comes, they start to lose their desire to follow the law, and they start getting aggressive and getting angry with pedestrians. So hopefully we'll see a death, or if not a death, at least buses going through red lights. So
part of us doesn't want to see a death, but it will be kind of cool.
One of us wants to see a death. It's me. I want to see a death. I think it'd be great. Oh shit! Oh, we're just. Can we see that on the stream? Can we see that? This is. Oh,
get to the actual stream.
There we are.
Oh.
You can't read that sign there,
so
but
you might notice there's a man with a beard and a hoodie.
Who is that?
Oh, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell who it is, but
so the cardboard actually says your podcast is the best podcast in the world.
He's putting a lot of text on there. Your podcast is the best podcast in the world, but you can see he's got it there.
Clearly he's listening because
is he listening on the FM radio, do you think?
Yeah. Oh no. Is that man in the hoodie with the beard listening on the FM radio?
Not if you're listening on the FM radio.
107.7. Oh, yeah, we've got a nod. We've got a nod.
He is. Or he just nodded to that person who's now thinking, the fuck is going on here?
Part of me hopes that it starts raining. I mean,
that would be great. It would be great. You can see the weather here in Wellington's. Wait. So you can't probably hear that, but
he's given up. Must have started raining a bit.
Yeah.
We've actually got some tweets in here.
We've got intruders yelling into our office as well.
Why does SS23 sound like a 12-year-old?
It's actually a sensitive topic.
I sound like Barry White. Isn't that good? Oh yeah.
Well, some people like 12-year-olds, so you know, we've both got our
someone
things that people like.
You're actually 13 and a half. Thank you very much.
True, actually, I was 12 last year, so it would make sense that I was 13.
What was that joke you made? It was pretty inappropriate the other day.
I've made a lot of inappropriate jokes. Twitch actually has some guidelines about some of those topics. So
I suppose that's why we had to censor what that sign actually said.
Yeah, it had a curse word on it, which is very bad. So we actually missed the intersection there. We were going to see, there might have been some buses going through a red light. There wasn't this time, I don't think. But, you know, as we get closer to 5:30, they get aggressive. It could happen.
So we also have some keywords that we might put up for buses. We'll talk them through as they come along.
Yes, there's some lingo you need to know in the bus business. For those of you who thought this was an InfoSec podcast, sorry. I thought we made it clear it was mainly about the buses.
We will talk about some InfoSec stuff. I mean, we've got an hour. We might be able to squeeze in something.
Yeah. So let's look at this one. We got a bus followed by another bus.
Yeah. So we got two buses lined up here. Now you can't actually see behind us, but there's quite a long intersection. There might be 10 buses lined up.
Oh. I'm getting.
We got a call in actually.
We've got a caller. I don't actually know whether I want to accept it. Hang on, I'll accept it. Hey, welcome. You're half on the air. They can't hear you, but they can hear me. Yeah. Did you want to do? We're just doing the podcast. You know.
I think it's his girlfriend. Can't be done.
Yeah, it's okay.
So the
there's a lot of people around me at the moment,
there's an intruder in the office actually. It actually looks like a man with a hoodie and a beard. It might be the same guy that was afraid of rain. It just won't blue tack to the.
Yeah, it's a very professional camera setup. So. Thank you. So we've got the sign that was used to disparage
We'll show
us.
you at the end maybe.
Yeah,
it's actually quite a nice line.
Look at that bus. He's gone over the line.
Yeah,
See,
so
this
you
is
might
what we're
notice
talking about.
There's two he's
going.
no,
Okay,
it must be a green.
It was green. Yeah, but he did go over the line there, which is actually illegal under New Zealand law. So he should be going to prison. If I was a police, I would arrest him. Okay. So what we're looking at. We were looking for buses going through red lights.
Right, so it's still green. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, it's just
orange,
turned on.
Yeah, so look. You see the shit?
This one here.
Shit,
Full
right
red,
there.
Full red. That is illegal.
That was illegal. And for those who don't know, there is a 3-second delay. There's two sets of lights here, right? You can only see one of them. There's actually another set of lights before this one, and the other set of lights has to get to red. 3 seconds pass, and then this one goes orange. Another few seconds red. So that guy was like, 15 seconds into a red light.
He was illegal.
It was very illegal. And if
anyone wants to report it, it was bus on route number 4 at whatever time we are now. Feel free to tweet the MetLink. They probably won't care.
You should tweet to MetLink though. They need to know about the egregious law breaking that's going on.
We did actually tweet them this show just so they know what's happening. But
we thought they might actually want to retweet it to let everyone know about
clearly they don't care.
Yeah. Fucking typical government, fucking done with the man. So do we have any InfoSec stuff to discuss? I feel like we had something, didn't we?
Yeah, potentially. Well, we've got another round of lights. Oh,
okay.
This van.
Van.
What's this van though?
Once again, it is illegal for anyone other than a bus to go down there.
Yeah. So you might notice, you can't really see it on the camera. It's a bit blurry, but underneath the traffic light right on the left, there's a no entry sign except buses. So that means only buses. Not even cyclists are allowed to go there.
Cyclists. Those cyclists do go down there, as do cars. Anyone goes down there.
All right, so nothing this intersection. This round of lights. But yeah, so what were you saying about InfoSec? Do we do InfoSec?
We meant to do InfoSec. I don't know if that means we do InfoSec.
I suppose we did tag it on Twitch that we do InfoSec.
Yes, we tagged as, I believe we are tagged as
IRL.
Banter and InfoSec in the IRL category.
Yeah, we couldn't find a public transportation tag.
Yes, we could be the start of the public transportation tag on Twitch, but we haven't got that yet, so just thought we'd go with Banter and InfoSec. On the topic of InfoSec, though, the big news of the day, of course. And here's the other advantage of doing this on a Friday. Other podcasts who might do it on, let's say, a Thursday, Wednesday, perhaps, they don't get to talk about the shit that breaks overnight before the Friday. So I'm just going to say you probably want to listen to us. Oh, shit, that's going to make noise. Stop. Cancel.
Pause it. Just pause it.
It's gone. So the big news, of course, Alphabay.
Oh my God,
right?
it's still playing. Pause.
So, no, that's fine. That's fine. That one is fine.
It's muted.
Yeah,
I muted it before.
No, it's.
Oh, so we got a turner here.
Oh, a turner.
Yeah,
So this is some of the lingo. That was a turner you just saw there.
Yeah, so
not
many people know. You might see people jaywalking here. I don't actually know if you can.
Let's have a
see.
look. You can kind of get the idea. They're walking towards.
A lot of people don't know that buses turn down there, but yeah, I don't know. So there's also cyclists there. What a rebel.
That's breaking the law as well.
Yeah,
I like how he broke the law by going down there.
It's
And now
also
he's
a bit
like,
over the,
but I won't break. Oh no, okay. I was gonna say he didn't break the law by going, but maybe he will. Who knows?
So one time we saw, what was that bus we saw? Like it was full red.
Oh
and
yes.
So the green man came, everyone was crossing. So with this set of lights, so at the moment there's a green man just in the intersection you can see, but once these cars stop, the whole intersection is green,
Yeah,
man.
so
So only pedestrians allowed to do.
you can see, so underneath the red light on the left, you can actually see a tiny hint of green there. It's a green man. Yeah, now they're all green. You can see all of them have gone green now.
Yeah,
so
and now
that
there's
gives you
like
an
a
idea.
lot of people walking.
Yeah.
So at this point, there was a bus waiting roughly where that cyclist was.
He waited for the green man, and then
He just put his foot down on the accelerator and nearly ran people down.
it was really good.
Oh, that's getting pretty.
So is it,
shit!
those bus drivers
Oh,
do not like
We're
the
not allowed to swear,
bikers.
remember?
I think we're allowed to swear. We're just not allowed to say the things about the 12-year-olds. That's not allowed. I'm willing to push those boundaries.
Stephen likes his 12-year-olds.
I believe we were saying I'm a 12-year-old, okay? Like, other people... Let's just move on.
You're a 12-year-old, so you like other 12-year-olds.
I'm not so sure about that. My girlfriend's not 12. She's older. She's legal, you know? Yeah, you can see people run across these ones as well. The camera's not great, but you get the idea. Where were we? Alphabay. So,
Yeah, Alphabay.
drug markets.
Did you even introduce Alphabay? We just said we were going to talk about something, but you didn't actually
I'm
say what
introducing
it's
it
about.
right now. Alphabay.
All right,
Drug
all right.
market.
Come on, keep your panties on.
I am wearing panties for those who are... I'm wearing something for those who
Only
can't see.
panties.
Yeah,
It's-
wow.
You're
Yeah.
lucky we don't have the reverse cam.
It's the advantage of having only one of the cameras, isn't it? Alphabay, darknet market, isn't it? For reference, the frame rate is low because who the fuck needs high frames to watch buses? This is like way cheaper for our bandwidth, which we have none of because New Zealand internet's all fucked up. That's a whole nother story that most of our internet's fine. And then occasionally in the cities, they'll just be like, oh yeah, you can get like 10 megabit. That's it. Fuck you. Yeah, some places don't. Alphabay, darknet markets, buses. Okay, hang on. Something could be going on
We're
here.
back on the buses.
Wow, there's buses going past.
We are going to talk about them for a sec, folks. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
oh, fucking Turner.
we're gonna
Okay, so this is a good sign.
So the
See.
thing with Turners is sometimes buses are stacked up behind them waiting for the Turners.
Because the turners have to wait to turn because the buses are going straight. So a turner is a good sign if we want to see someone
And
die.
our camera is getting slowly and slowly that way.
We might have to rearrange the camera at some point. It's not in a great spot.
Just let us know in the
Hang on.
chat.
How are we? Okay, we're aligned fully. Yeah, we can't fix that.
Just let us know in the chat if you can ever not see the red light.
Yeah, because you need to see the red light to really. You can get an idea. You'll learn the cycles. Like we learn the cycles. You'll learn the cycles.
Oh, can you see it? That one, you can kind of see it just on the top there.
You can. Yeah, there's some
Just.
lights there. You can see the as it gets darker as well. It's gonna get darker as time goes on. Of course, that's how days work.
So
Bus.
Alphabay.
Well, there's multiple buses stacked up now. I kind of want to talk about the buses.
So we're talking about the buses.
No, okay, you're right. Alphabay, darknet market. Of course, we all know Silk Road, the canonical darknet market. Who, of course, Ross Ulbricht got caught. He's in prison. He's failed all of his appeals or something. I don't actually know the details of all of his appeals. But he's failed most of them. I believe he's not eligible for parole for a shit ton of time. He's fucked. Of course, so other people have heard this and they're like, I'll make an alternative darknet market. There's been a lot over the years. Oh, Turner. Oh, this is good.
Oh, we got a Turner.
Oh, this is
Sometimes you get two Turners.
It's a
remember?
slow turner as well.
Oh,
Okay,
and
but here
now
you can
it's
tell
gone.
people are crossing.
We got walkers.
You can see walkers. We got walkers, which means probably not going to be any buses. So that's how you know.
Well, there might be. Who
Well,
knows?
that could be it. It could be it. We could get the walkers. Fucking great. Where did we get up to? Alphabay, darknet
Yeah, we're talking about
markets.
people getting out of prison.
Getting out of prison. Speaking of people getting out of prison, O.J. Simpson got out on parole or something this
Yeah.
today.
Do you know
earlier?
what the one thing he wanted to do once he got out on parole?
I heard? Like, I don't want to do this. you tell them, Hugh. What was the thing? What did he want to do when he got out of prison?
So, OJ, you're finally out after 9 years. What are you going to do first? OJ replies, I want to see my favorite band live in concert. Linkin Park.
Ooh.
Too soon?
Probably too soon. But
That's
the thing
too
I
soon.
like about I'll rephrase that. The thing that's interesting about the whole situation is that in the end it doesn't even matter. There's a chorus of angry cheers behind me.
Angry
cheers might not be the right
angry
word.
cheers.
Angry yells.
There are some cheers.
We've lost a
got
viewer.
wheel cheers.
We did lose a viewer over that.
Oh,
so we'll tone that back.
Have we got 170 viewers?
Yeah, Hugh, that's 170. You can read. Darknet markets, people keep running them. The Alphabay guy, can't remember his name, Alex someone. He ran one, Alphabay. And so it's got a reasonably poor track record. I think he had he's been hacked multiple times. So I think they had a bug bounty on Alphabay, which I think is interesting that you'd have a bug bounty. I like it. I like the idea of that, having a bug bounty. Applying that. Got hacked. He is dead now. Speaking of dead, he's dead.
He wasn't hit by a bus, though, was he?
He was not hit by a bus, which is what we're looking for today. We want to see a live death. He was found dead, hung in his cell in Thailand. Maybe Indonesia? I think Thailand.
Oh, so I suppose it was kind of similar to that LinkedIn story.
The LinkedIn story?
Oh, not the LinkedIn. The Lincoln Park, sorry.
Yes, okay, yes. God, you're horrible. Hang on. Is our stream still working? Okay, let's go back. Well, we're doing the recorded version anyway, which, fucking sucks.
So if anyone can hear us, maybe on the FM radio,
that's true.
107.7 megahertz.
107.7 megahertz. This is the Bus Factor, at the Bus Factor on Twitter. We have to legally broadcast that, so let's broadcast that every now and again.
Oh, we got another one!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
So that was route number
3 at 4:49 p.m. on Friday the 21st.
Oh, that red light's getting...
Yeah, I think we're going to have to readjust the camera. Q, do you want to get up and readjust the camera? Hang on. Do we want to mute the mic while you do that? Hugh's mic is muted, so he doesn't... Here we are. Come on, Hugh. Do a better job. What are you doing, mate? Oh, see, you notice how clean that window is compared to the other ones? That's what $30 buys you. Of course, the building manager... I'll mute your mic once again. Wait, hang on. No, you're good.
So you might notice that the left two windows are very clean, but the one on the right isn't. We only had $30, so we can only get that many windows clean.
Yeah, that's true. We you right there? I'll try not to press random buttons. Yeah, he was one step too close to the edge. Yeah.
All right, so now you guys should be able to see the traffic light a bit better.
It's swinging back though, isn't it? It's swinging back.
If you want to know our setup, should we talk about our setup?
Our setup?
Yeah. So we've got a
camera. Yeah, okay, the setup. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so we've got a camera. It's attached to a set of blinds, I guess.
Attached isn't quite the right word.
Well, we've got some double-sided tape.
And some blue tack.
Oh, we did get some blue tack in the end? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's how it's like slowly going back to the blue tacked position. I think it's a Logitech piece of shit. I think it's the official model. A Logitech piece of shit.
Oh yeah, that's moving a bit too far.
It's okay. It's okay so far.
Oh, gunshots.
Yeah, you can see the buses are starting to get more aggressive.
Oh, and how were we doing the FM radio?
Must be doing the FM radio.
Yeah, but how were we doing it?
How were we doing it?
Yeah.
Are you asking about the setup? Like, for the purpose of the viewers?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I gotcha. I see what you're saying here. Because I thought, Hugh, we just set this up like an hour ago. Surely you remember.
There was a lot of trouble.
Oh, my goodness. For those who don't know,
it's actually how we found the window cleaner. We were out testing the range.
That's a good point, actually. While we were testing the range of our ghetto FM broadcast setup, found a window cleaner, hired him. He did a good job. It's a Hack RF1 actually by Great Scott Gadgets. We're not getting paid to talk about this. It's actually illegal to get paid to do shit on the free FM broadcast stations in New Zealand, and there's some caveats and shit.
Good thing we're not getting paid then.
Good thing we're not getting paid. But it's broadcasting at significantly under the maximum you're allowed to broadcast in New Zealand because it's not. I'm
gonna fix that light.
Okay, you gotta fix the camera. Yeah, that's good. Fix it properly this time, Hugh. I'll mute your mic again. He's trying. Oh, he's trying. That's pretty good. Just don't fuck it up, mate. Okay. Yeah, look, we're actually working on the... Oh, sorry about that. We're working on the stats overlay. We could probably build one here. Let me just quickly whip one up. Hugh, talk about some shit. Talk about some window cleaners, buses.
You really should tell other people why you're just randomly talking to some third person. Because not everyone's reading the chat, right?
Well, yeah, everyone is reading the chat. Oh, well, I guess the people who are on
There
FM
might be, yeah, there might be.
Okay, so we had a viewer write in. His name was Urisk. I think it's just Urisk.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how you pronounce it.
Urisk. He wants an overlay, so let's do it, shall we? New create text.
Live demo.
Let's get it to come up. What do you want it to say? Red light runners. Also, the OBS settings are fairly intentional. Yeah. The OBS settings are fairly intentional. The low FPS is intentional because, like as I said, we don't have internet here. We have a very horrible form of internet that doesn't work properly. So that's why that is like that. Sorry, I'm just working on the stats overlay. So that's why it's low FPS. The cutting out isn't intentional. That's just the world is a horrible, horrible place. So we just have to deal with it. Red light runners. Okay, here we are. There we are, red light runners. It's not super good. Let's make that slightly more.
So are you just going to manually update that every time?
Yes.
So how many have we seen so far? I think it's two,
right?
Yeah.
2, yeah, I think we've got 2. All right.
I hope the listener out there is reporting this to the appropriate authorities.
That's the thing, it is actually breaking the law, and you can get in trouble for it. And
it's kind of dangerous.
It is.
I mean, we
really
mentioned
dangerous.
Someone actually got hit just an intersection up.
Yeah, that wasn't a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
Someone literally got fucked up by a bus. It happens like way too often.
I mean, it's kind of the point of this show, just to get awareness. Hopefully, the appropriate authorities will do something about it.
They won't. We know that. Oh, we got a turner.
Yeah, we got a turner. Oh, no, that's one straight, one turner.
And I think we're pretty good.
See, that bus is creeping over, but we got some walkers now.
We got walkers, which tells us it's not going to happen. So,
but you might notice it's getting a bit darker.
It is getting dark, which hopefully is going to make it easy to see.
Are you going to take the orange light runners as well?
Nah, they're like a bit harder. I'm lazy. There's not even a lines right. You see that?
That's terrible. Because technically, if they're running an orange light at this point, they're probably running a red light on the first light.
That's true, because we talked about how they're tiered. So,
and you might see down the bottom. You can't really see. Next time we might have a better camera setup.
We're not going to, but
we might.
We're not.
We'd have to pay for some more windows to get cleaned.
Yeah.
That guy was pretty good.
It was pretty good. We got his number, right?
Yeah, we got his number.
Yeah.
We'll get some more.
We can do it again.
He
Hang on.
didn't even ask us questions.
Sorry?
He didn't even ask us questions.
Wait, I don't think it's illegal to get your windows cleaned.
Yeah, but like, isn't it a bit random that we just stopped him on the street being like, hey, can you clean just 2 windows?
4? We had to get the inner and outer.
Yeah, inner, outer, and we actually got the like inner as well. And like, we just said we're doing it for a podcast.
We said that?
Yeah, I told him we were doing a podcast about bus-related stuff, and it was like, all right.
It was clearly like, well, Wellington has a lot of crazy
that's an orange.
There's an orange, yeah. Well, we're only counting reds today, but...
And you might notice under the red, you can sometimes see the green man. So the green man just came on there.
He's visible, depending on how that shows up for you guys.
If the bus is too late running the red light, because the green man does come on for another couple of seconds after it turns red, if it's too late, that could potentially hit a blind person.
Yeah, that's true, though, because a blind person, it's really noisy at this intersection. You obviously can't hear it. You can hear us being
Well, I suppose
noisy.
more a deaf person. You'd hear the bus coming.
Well, yeah, but you'd just be like,
maybe
there's buses around. Like, there's fucking thousands of buses.
Yeah.
Deaf and blind, yes. Maybe if you're also paraplegic, so you couldn't jump out of the way, or, you know, that could definitely cause it.
How are people enjoying banter? Let us know in the chat.
Let us know in the chat. Or if you're tuning in via FM, if you can broadcast a louder signal than ours, and you can take over our stream so that we can hear, you over top of our stream, that'll work as well. Death stats, we'll see. We haven't had a death.
Not on this podcast.
Not while recording anyway. We were thinking about paying someone to go out there and jump in front of one. Because
Stephen was almost tempted. I mean, he's got a mortgage to pay off now.
Oh, do you mean for me to jump in front of one? Yeah. I was going to say, it's fucking expensive. People don't like jumping in front of buses. So I'm going to help with my mortgage.
Another orange there. So we're not counting the oranges?
No, look, Like, it's not super illegal.
I suppose, yeah, if you're going to report anything, you best just report the 2 reds at the moment. How far through are we? We're only 20 minutes in.
20 or 30.
Yeah.
20, 30.
Rounding
The reason
down.
actually we're cutting this off at 5:30, because 5:30 is the best time for the bus factor, because the bus is getting
You have
busy.
an infosec call, don't you?
I have an InfoSec related phone call that I can't miss.
Now, who's
It's
that
actually-
phone call from?
It's my grandmother.
Oh, yeah?
Got an InfoSec. Well, it's not. You could say it's an InfoSec problem.
Yeah.
She wants to talk about. She sent her computer away to someone to help get it fixed. He didn't fix it, and now one of the websites she goes to, it remembers her password, and she just doesn't like it. She doesn't want her to remember her password. It's very scary. So I gotta help her with that. I don't know when she's gonna call. She might call. We could do the InfoSec call live on the show, but I don't really want to team view her computer, so maybe we won't.
Well, you can't see it.
No, well, if we broadcast it, you would be able to. But if we don't, you won't. Okay, so where do we get up to? Alphabay. Dude's dead. He is dead. The official thing is he committed suicide while in a Thai prison. I believe it's Thai. Which is, committed suicide. Fucking who knows? Maybe not. Not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but people get fucked up.
You got to ask the questions.
Gotta ask the questions. So at the time, let's kind of go over the timeline here. I think it was around a week ago, 7 days, Alphabay went down. And people were like, "Oh, Alphabay's down. What's happening?" We saw a lot of kind of chatter on Reddit. Someone was saying, "Oh, one of the admins docked himself. It's an exit scam." And kind of the prevailing opinion was it was completely an exit scam caused by an OPSEC failure. And of course, yesterday, the day before, maybe 3 days ago now-ish, I honestly haven't got a timeline in front of me, we found out the admin got arrested. He was in Thai prison, died in Thai prison. And what we saw this morning, I saw this as I was waking up, I can't remember the exact time that it started breaking. It was actually a joint operation by a bunch of coppers, international coalition. I don't know if there was a formal group or what, who were investigating darknets. They took down and arrested the Alphabay guy. And I presume they're going to arrest some of the other admin staff. I didn't actually, there was a live stream about it. I didn't actually read all of it, see all of it. And of course the stream was child pornography, guns, darknet markets, bad, evil. So, it was a piece of shit, fucking irrelevant. It was clearly designed for people who didn't know shit about darknet markets. But there's probably some technical details that are interesting in there anyway. But we saw a court document, I believe it was, that had a lot of technical details about how the Alphabay thing happened. It looked like he made a number of OPSEC failures. Isn't that the buzzword? OPSEC. He set up the Alphabay forums with his email as the administrator email. And by that I mean, someone else got hit there. Almost.
Yeah, did you see that?
I
Like,
did
people
see- I
were
did see
crossing and the bus just went
That's
in.
why you got to be watching the Twitch stream.
I mean, the bus was on a green light, but should you really go if there's people crossing in front of you?
Well, that's the thing. People are just fucking idiots at this intersection. Like, you can't see all the people almost getting hit by turners. But there's a lot of them.
We can see a lot more. You would just be amazed.
You'd be amazed. You'd be scared.
Oh, so look at that. Should we talk about how the buses are stacked up?
I
I suppose they've...
want to finish my fucking Alphabay rant first.
Right.
Oh, like, if someone dies, point it out. I want to see that. Where were we? Yeah, he made an OPSEC failure. He put his email address as the administrator email on the Alphabay forum. So in practice, that means when you click your password reset on the Alphabay forums and it sends it to blah, 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 it's SIGINT, because that was all you used for emails. It would be like, hey, you've got a password reset email from Alex_what's-his-face at hotmail.com. Of course, police are like, huh?
Pretty fail.
It's pretty fail indeed. Wait, what are you looking at? No, that's not. That's just a length indicator.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry, we've done the FM radio calculations to get the optimal antenna length and whatnot.
And we made it to McDonald's.
We made it what, sorry?
We made it to McDonald's.
Yeah, it can get quite far. It can get quite far at McDonald's.
Yeah,
You
I
can see the
down the
McDonald's
street.
from
We were finding it was like more interfering with all the trees along Manor Street.
Yeah. The antenna is not particularly powerful. I mean, it's a shitty antenna.
Well, there are like laws about how much you can transmit.
Yeah. Anyway, he got found out. Of course, the funny thing here, apart from he's an idiot, is that everyone, when Alphabay went down a week ago, wherever it was, everyone jumped to another market, which was something with H, Hansa market. I don't buy a lot of drugs online anymore, so can't say I'm up to date on what their names are.
Anymore.
You
know we're like public, right?
No logs, no crime, bro. No logs, no crime. I think we're okay. It doesn't record it or anything.
Oh, he's looking nervous now.
I think it's legal to talk about buying drugs. I just don't think it's illegal to get caught buying them. Like if you tell an officer I brought, that'd be the minute. I don't know how it works. I'm not a lawyer. Fucking clearly.
Well, he's looking at the door now.
Oh, I'm nervous. Please, could be here. We're transmitting our location on FM.
Oh yeah, should we do that again?
No, it's once an hour.
Once an hour.
Once an hour.
Don't overdo
it. So anyway, he got caught. Alphabay went down. Everyone moved to this other alternative site, which has also been run by the Dutch police since the 20th of last month. It's depending on time zones. It's 1 month ago. They've been running that entire site as well, the one starting with H, which is fucking hilarious. And clearly, this entire operation of taking down Alphabay and whatever the other site was, they've done it as a kind of like I use the word power play, and someone pointed out it's not exactly a power play because they've actually fucking done it. But it's clearly designed to be like, look at us, darknet market's bad. But at the end of the day, it's whack-a-mole. So who knows what's going to happen? But I think the one thing I think interesting about the technical details is that it's gone from we saw Silk Road, which was leaking IP address.
Yeah, it's quite similar, isn't it?
Well, I think it's different because
it's an OPSEC fail. Like if you're going to do a darknet, just do OPSEC.
Is it OPSEC to misconfigure your server though? I guess it's a little bit of operating.
It kind of is. I mean,
it was a technical failing,
it's a different sword, but yeah.
Yeah, like I would consider because they actually in the Silk Road one they used the term they said something along the lines of we input a special character which came up with the IP address, and I believe it was when you triggered some kind of exception it showed the IP address it displayed the server IP address. So that was what we saw in the Silk Road thing, which I consider some kind of like technical failure, as opposed to this one here, which is he put his fucking email address in, right? So the kind of difference in policing techniques is a little bit different there. One of them was, probe the server for technical weaknesses, and the other was, do some fucking police work. So I don't know. I find that kind of how it's changed interesting. You looking at the buses here?
I reckon it might happen this cycle. We've got to turn it. There's quite a few buses.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's gone orange. Is there another one behind?
No, there's not.
So the problem is we can't see behind.
Yeah, we also have no idea what's
coming. We're kind of on
coming.
the corner. We've got some other people in this building that might be able to help us out.
Yeah, we could get a dual camera set up depending on how we I thought there was a police or something. It wasn't though.
Oh, nah. Yeah, I mean, police have occasionally run through that light, haven't we? But remember, our viewers can't see down there.
Yeah, and as one of our chatters points out, the guy was running a fucking drugnet marketplace from Thailand. He's gonna die, and that's how it is. If you run it in America, you're gonna go to prison for the rest of your life. You run it in Thailand, you're gonna die. You're gonna make that choice. Would you rather die or be in prison for the rest of your life? I think don't run a darknet market. I'm glad people do it. I really am. I think it's ridiculous. We need drug reform, but yeah, it's an InfoSec, a bus-related podcast. Do you think you can smuggle drugs on a bus? Because you could probably chuck a bag on at the start of the station. I'm trying to keep it bus-related.
We are bus. Well, on Twitch we're not.
We're not bus-related.
Yeah, on Twitch
InfoSec, banter, IRL. Yeah, okay, true. Yeah, on Twitch we don't actually have the bus tag.
Oh, this guy's walking in between.
Doesn't give a fuck. Look at him. Or it might be a chick.
Might be, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell. The windows are slightly cleaner, but it's still kind of blurry.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably tell that it's not the clear. Part of this is the camera is a piece of shit. Most of it's the camera's a piece of shit, but there's also the other aspects.
We talked about the third window being less, right?
I think we did briefly. Yeah. See how one of the windows isn't clean? That's because we didn't clean it.
So that's what it was before.
Yeah,
you're really lucky that we found that guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's blurry.
We think we're to splash out for the pilot episode, right? It's the very first one. We got to make sure it works.
So in future we might get like better cameras, and we might be able to even get the bus's number plate.
Oh yeah, so of
But-
course what we really want to do is capture the number plates as they go past and email the police every time it happens, reporting a crime, because it's illegal.
Oh, bike going up there, illegal.
Oh, did the bike go down there? Did he? Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're done with Alphabay for now.
Yeah, I think so.
We want to talk about buses, or do we want to like move on to some other stuff?
We could probably talk about buses. I mean, we've got some buses going through.
Yeah, it's
We've
fine.
got some walkers on this side, so it's probably not a Turner.
Oh, I thought it was a Turner for a second. And I was like, they're gonna
That
die.
would've
They're
been
gonna die.
How many listeners we got?
Like fucking 5.
Nah, we got more than 5.
We had like 11 before. Is it kosher to talk about? Oh my god, it's gonna do that thing again. Is it kosher to talk about how many listeners you have on the stream where you're streaming about? I feel like, because I don't know if other people do it. Fuck. I honestly think that we're using like an Ethernet. It was fine on the Wi-Fi. Since we changed to the Ethernet adapter, it's gotten worse. Because that's how computers work in fucking 2017.
Could just be our office.
Could be our office. Oh, it's gonna start doing the echo thing, isn't it? Get away, get away, get away. 15 is what it said.
15? Yeah, that's probably about what we had before, so we haven't really lost anyone.
We definitely had more. We had 19. So I don't know. I think it's unkosher to talk about how many viewers you have in the thing.
Well, they can see, right?
Well, yeah, but they can see. But you know, we know. But it's also recorded, so the other people are just gonna. Oh, it's 5 minutes talking about shit I can do.
Oh no, it's green. It's green.
You see, Hugh starts to get a little bit drunk.
Well, no. So the problem is where I'm standing, the beam is actually in the way of the traffic
just
light.
move your head slightly.
Yeah, but sometimes you just
fucking
dancing from
hell.
side to side, you know.
Get dancing, buddy.
Might happen. Nah. Oh, we got a few, and they're going
another
quite
start,
quick.
another
So
Yeah, like
one more. Nah, there's none.
See, it comes in waves, doesn't it? Because that's how bus timetables work, I guess. Waves. So like, I reckon we got a better chance this time than we did last time. Also, you might be able to see like we got 3 buses lined up here. 3 buses blocks a turner, builds up traffic. Good chance.
You know, it does also give us an indication on how many buses might be behind us.
Yeah,
Potentially.
because they tend to cluster together.
The flow changes a bit. I mean, there are some timetabling issues with the bus company, but
If someone wants to write some kind of like because these are like tracked on GPS. So if someone wants to write an indicator, like we can put a little display that shows how likely someone is to die. So if you just, because you know how many buses are going to come, if there's more, they're going to be more aggressive. Someone could write a GPS backed the way to see how people are going to die.
probably throw that in some AI engine, right?
You don't really need AI for it. You're just like more buses equals more death.
Yeah, but you could probably work out the optimal number of buses per death.
Well, you'd need a lot of deaths. Like most of those are just regression analysis, right? So you need lots of deaths. To that end,
I suppose to start off with, we could work out how many red light runners.
red light runners might be. We have
Yeah.
more data for that, so it might be a little bit easier.
Yeah, we've only had 2 so far.
Yeah,
Normally we get a lot more.
Yeah.
So that guy kind of slowed down a bit. So you might notice
Yes,
that this guy's stopping, but it was before the other light went. So when you're coming towards the camera, the light actually turns red a lot before the people going
we
the other
mentioned
way.
that. There's a 3-second difference, not just in
Well,
the
no,
sync, but
we talked about the ones going that way. So from the
yeah,
camera
but
to
clearly
that
that'd
camera.
work both. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It works both ways.
Awkward silence.
Silence. I believe they teach you about that in radio school, don't they?
So what was next on board? We've actually got a whiteboard here with one thing written on it.
Yeah, it
and
has Alphabay written on it.
we've actually talked about that now.
We missed putting buses on there. Could someone put buses on? We're not going to miss that from the agenda. Oh, we do have some show notes here, actually. Oh, these are interesting show
Yeah,
notes.
we
What's
wrote
at the
them
top
up
of the show
before.
notes?
So Alphabay was at the top.
of the show notes, yes.
Some
yeah.
of these we probably don't need to talk about.
Let's skip that one.
Yeah.
Let's skip that one.
We
Fuck
wrote
it.
it.
This is interesting, but it's been talked about a lot. Of course, the not pitnya. I don't know how to say it. It's been talked
The
to death.
Windows thing.
The Windows thing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Hugh uses Linux
That
on the
is
desktop,
probably
so-
what your grandmother is going to say.
I don't think she's gonna say the Windows. She's not gonna know. She's if anything, she's gonna be like blah 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 Russians, right? She's not gonna fucking That was the
Oh,
ransomware.
we got to turn it on and orange. On and orange.
Oh.
So he's technically running.
He ran hard, yeah. Oh, so
Can
I
we
was hoping.
see turners in that? Oh, we didn't.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, because it'll block the. I wasn't watching, but it'll block the. You'll be able to see it. Yeah.
Oh,
Can't see all
hopefully
of
we
it.
can see turners.
You
Can one of our listeners check to say
Yeah,
whether
if
we
you see
can?
turners, you know what turners are by now. You know what a turner
Maybe
is.
they don't. Maybe
they
they've
don't.
seen none.
Yeah, you can see the fucking cars. You can see the buses. You can.
Yeah, all right.
You can see the cars. You can see the buses. So we believe you can. Do you have any opinions on that? I guess I don't think I have anything to say that hasn't already been said 100 different ways by 100 different people.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that's probably been talked about to death.
I guess as a Linux on the desktop user, you haven't had to deal with ransomware, have you, Hugh?
What's ransomware?
Yeah. Okay, are we gonna go over it for the viewers? Or are you just being a cunt?
I'm just being a cunt.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Because you've dealt with there's a lot of big Bitcoin worms and stuff on Linux, isn't there?
None that I've really come across. I mean, I am probably more aware of stuff.
Yeah, you fucking Gentoo and shit. Okay, what do we got? I have no idea what that one is. Fucking knows that.
We wrote these show notes before.
We just put little titles like experts in leather over G-SOAP. Oh, that's a great title. Experts in leather over G-SOAP security flaw, Crimson security. That's great. It reminds me of the El Rego, the Register titles. You Darren Pauly's titles?
Yeah.
Those are fucking great. Some of them average, most of them are fucking amazing though. I really dislike that Darren Pauly isn't doing InfoSec reporting anymore. I don't think there's anyone else.
And we're back.
Are we back? It says we're back.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit delayed as well. Okay, now while we're away, believe it or not,
that was a terrible time for those technical difficulties.
Going to red lights. Was it 5 or 4?
4. I think it was just 4.
We got some oranges.
We saw 2 go through and we weren't too sure.
That's true. We weren't paying super. Okay, let's go back. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
Are we back? Are we back? Oh, we've lost a lot of viewers there.
As somewhat expected.
Well, I suppose it is quite close to what we said is our... We didn't actually say what our cutoff time was, but...
It's getting close to 5:30, yeah. You can see it again at least. That's nice. Oh.
Alright. How's the buffering for people?
Hopefully it's better. I'm hearing a lot of people complaining that the stream was bad. Hopefully that's fixed now. Or at least more fixed than it was before.
It's the chat window. Get that.
Tell us how the buffering is now. Hopefully it's a little bit better than what it was before.
Way better.
Way better. That's
cool.
what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
Sorry about that.
CPUs.
Oh, we had it. Oh, yeah. So he went. So, there's a turner.
Oh, you see that?
So what happened there was the lights for the cars. So this intersection, the ones going straight ahead that you can see, that's only buses, and the ones going sideways, which you can't really see, that's cars and everyone else. Yeah. So what happened there was it went red for the cars, and cars were stopped in the middle of the intersection. Then we had a turner, and the turner was beeping.
Then it was beeping to try and get the car to move, but the car, of course, thinks it's a...
yeah, it thought it was a red light.
Yeah.
Oh, copper or an ambo?
Sounds like a amber, right?
Weren't you talking about drugs before?
Oh, I could go for some drugs right now, actually.
So we're broadcasting on 107.7
You can see where
mega.
he came from. Oh, there, you can see more reflections there.
Yeah, we got some.
Okay, so he came from where the cars came and went where the buses go, if that makes sense.
Maybe there was a collision there.
No, he's turned his lights off, so it can't be up there.
Easily.
Well, we'd not.
Should we run? Well, we don't actually have the walkie-talkies. We were going to have walkie-talkies. Man, that camera's moved even more.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
We're going to have a better setup next time.
Next time we'll do it. And hopefully also we'll check the stream quality before we start so we can... well, now I can see actual buses. So
it's good that we've had listeners so far, even though...
yeah. Like in future, if it's buffering so bad you can't see shit, just mention it. We'll deal with it. It was actually, I think I saw a car just go down.
Yeah, there was a car and a turner, so the car must have been in the bus area.
Yeah, bus only aspect part of it. So that's...
Which, yeah, the buses get annoyed when people... Well, actually,
Cars aren't allowed in that section, the section behind us, but
they're
bikes and taxis are, because that's not.
Really?
Yeah, so that's not bus only, that's bus lane.
And this one's bus only.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've had taxis just they don't give a shit about any of that.
Oh, taxis don't give it.
Normally at night, and taxis during the day are a little bit more legal. Like, honestly, at night there's no one here. So.
I think we might have some cars. We just turned red. Nah, there's no cars.
No, they all win.
They just went through the red.
They do that. They go through reds.
So it's getting quite dark, so we might see some more.
This is, of course, a metaphor for InfoSec, isn't it? Buses going through red lights. That's just an InfoSec metaphor. I think we can all see why. Doesn't really need discussing. It's just how it is.
Yeah. So what were we going to talk about next?
We pick something technical to talk about, shall we?
Yeah, something technical. I mean, we've run through... Oh, no, I think we still had one more now.
The very last one? It's not very technical, but we can talk about some technical aspects of it. So this is the Australian law regarding lawful intercept of communications.
Oh, that bike. Whoa.
Yeah, bike went through a red light.
It must have been going pretty quick.
I'm fast, you know.
We
He's
definitely
going
would have
through a
run
lane
the...
as well. So I don't know how they're framing the discussion. I can't remember. I watched some parts of it, but I haven't been watching enough to know off the top of my head what they're calling it, at least. But it's the general idea that the Australian government, Australian law enforcement, want the ability to execute search warrants in digital space. Kind of. I'm kind of putting a lot of words in their mouth here. We have search warrants in real life. Someone can search your house. They need to have reasonable cause. They're meant to have reasonable cause, even if that's something ridiculous. But generally, society is okay with, you know, cops searching the house of baddies, whatever baddies are. Because it's not possible if you have an iPhone and you have a password on it. Cops can't do that. And we've seen a lot of discussions in the past, kind of, you know, especially driven in America by civil liberties groups, the EFF and whatnot. You know, the right to not self-incriminate based on data you have on a device. And that argument kind of makes sense in the sense that you put a lot of your life into a phone. It's almost like an extension of your brain. You use it for external memory. You put a lot of stuff in there. So the idea that by unlocking it, it's kind of like fucking Dave in the office thinks we're gonna get. He's not as experienced as me and Hugh. Unlocking a device can be seen as kind of like unlocking memory, parts of your brain.
Parts of your brain.
You use it as external memory. You put names and dates in there. You put people you know. You put things you've done, things you're going to do.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and there have been some studies, I believe. I'm not a psychologist, a neuros person. About how as you start to do that, your brain optimizes it differently, and you know, you forget the things that you put in your phone and instead become good at remembering, hey, I should look at my phone for that. So there is kind of like a neurology basis for the idea that this external memory is part of your brain, kinda. It's not something I follow closely, it's just, you know, things people say. But of course, the Australian government want to be able to look at your phone. You know, you can collaborate with other terrorists on there, or
similar stuff has happened with other countries with that, hasn't it?
Kind of. The things we've seen previously are more to do with giving up your password, whether you have to or not have to give up your password. Generally, I'm talking about Western countries mainly here, right? What we have seen, and I think it was in Brazil, where Brazil said to WhatsApp, we need a way to intercept messages of your users. So maybe this is more common than just Australia. But I feel like in a lot of Western places, we see more to do with give up your passwords. In some other places, we see more forcing to give up the data or whatever that like.
So what are the laws of this in New Zealand?
New Zealand? I don't actually know off the top of my head. I think we have had someone here. We have had a judge say you have to give up a password. I seem to recall that. I don't actually remember off by heart. So I imagine you have to give up your passwords.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some stuff in the news recently about people coming into New Zealand at the border having to disclose the password.
Yeah, so when you come in, so there's been a lot of ways of framing it. Some people are saying it's new powers. Some people are saying it's existing powers, just codified into different laws. But the general idea is whether you have to basically give someone access to all your files when you come to the country. And we saw this a lot with the Trump as well, didn't we?
This guy, orange.
Red.
I would call that a red. It turned red.
It was going quite slow as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't trying to get through.
We haven't really had a backup like I was trying to see before.
Yeah.
You remember when it's like backed up all the way?
So occasionally we can see all the buses back up. So you can see that you might see the tail end of some buses there. I don't know if you can just see one actually. Oh, Hugh's going to fix the camera. Tailing the buses. Occasionally it'll back all the way up to here at the intersection, which is of course when you get the best shit happening. It's great because everyone tries to fucking get through and they can't.
Man, imagine how shit this video quality would have been without the windows cleaned.
Oh,
It's starting to get blurry in the dark.
blurry in the dark.
Yeah, like
It's getting reflective. Oh, you can see Dave. Dave's on the cam. He's waving.
oh, hey Dave.
So that's actually not because there's 2 layers of windows here we're dealing with. That's the second layer. So we can't even do shit about that one. The first one. At
Well,
least
we could pull down that blind. Like we've got that blind all
that'll
the way
help a
out.
little bit. Also, if we don't have the lights on in here, it'll make a big difference as well. But
There are some people working.
yeah,
And
this
just
is an
putting up with
office,
us.
a professional office actually. There, you can see those blinds coming down. Yeah, that's good actually. That's
Well, yeah, might even be able to.
helping a little bit.
Yeah. All right, we had a few turners there.
Oh, you
Orange,
can see it backed up
orange.
now. That's it backed up, right? If anyone tries to come now, they'd be blocking pedestrians. And
Yeah.
whatnot.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that before. So yeah, it's backed up. And so what happens here is if someone wants to get into the front bus, and
Which
then
it looks like is happening. Look
then
out,
they
these aren't
also
moving.
want to get onto the back bus, and they're waiting at the front. Then that line's just gonna like.
Because if it can stick there for an entire cycle, which it's not.
It looks like it might.
It depends. If that
Oh,
second
it's
bus
going forward a
there,
bit.
At 44
Will it stop?
there,
Will it stop? Oh, I think it's
stopping.
It's stopping.
This is good. This is what we want. So
And
now
we're getting
we talk
backed up
about-
here. Oh, and the cars are getting backed up.
Oh, you can't see it. Those cars, see how they're moving slowly?
Oh.
They're blocking the
They're
traffic.
getting backed up.
This
It's
is
still
good.
green though.
This is good.
It's still
We've
green.
got a green man cycle anyway, so it'll probably clear out a little
Yeah.
bit. Still good. See, this is why setting a little bit later. I think next time we'll start at 5.
Yeah.
5 is a better time. The problem is if you're in New Zealand, of course, 5 p.m. not so great. So who knows?
Yeah, where are our viewers?
We don't know
from?
where our viewers are
I
from. I
think-
think the stats later.
I think I've recognized some of the names in the chat. We've got some
mainly,
in Australia
mainly Australian. It looks like.
and some in New
Fucking-
Zealand.
So whoever these New Zealand people are who should be listening. Of course, if you're in New Zealand, you're probably listening on the FM, aren't you? Because that's how I would listen.
No, 107.7.
7.7. We are the
Or,
bus factor. We actually have exceeded our hour, so we should say that. We are the bus factor. You can hit us up on Twitter, or alternatively, you can't call us, I guess. You can Twitter us. That's about it. We use that for work. We shouldn't give out the work phone number. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, everyone here's an Aussie, so 5 p.m. would actually work quite well. You guys get the bus. Someone said that everyone's an Aussie in the chat, so you get the bus kind of excitement and 5 p.m. So we'll do 5 p.m. next time. Good. We'll also get more beer because I'm not drunk enough for this.
There's heaps of beer.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't start drinking early enough. I don't feel drunk enough.
Drink
If I'm gonna
quicker.
talk shit about like fucking Australian
Oh,
encryption
there was a
debate,
car just flicking through there.
running fucking through there.
Just fucking speed through.
Went down the lane.
Yeah, through a red.
Oh, red. Wow, jeez. Hey, we got some New Zealand people as well. Yeah. Well, like, if you're listening at this point, you clearly haven't gone home from work, and maybe you'll work. I don't know.
Well, clearly we've got some people in our office.
Hey, we're all still at work. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure we are. But...
Well, we haven't worked all day, have we? Turns out, fucking getting. I think I mentioned.
Well,
this
we
before.
can't get paid for this. You mentioned at the start.
We can't get paid for this. Yeah, so it's probably good we're not getting paid for it. GNU Radio is a piece of shit. Like it's hard to. That person almost got hit by a bus.
Oh, they did too.
It fucking almost got hit.
Yeah, so we've got a lot more walkers, but it is nighttime, so walkers mean a bit different when it's dark.
Yeah, because they can see the lights a lot easier. People get more casual as well as time goes on. GNU Radio is a piece of shit.
Fuck, I
Fucking
wonder
took
what
us so
this would
long
be
to get
like
this
at like 10 o'clock on a Friday.
No buses, but more drunk people.
More drunk people. There's still some buses.
So we could do the alternative podcast is the drunk factor, or we could rename it. I don't know. Who knows? Where we just zoom in on people fucking vomiting on the street and just stumbling around and that shit. Because it's a fucking this is the middle of Wellington, of course. It's the best we have to offer. And as soon as it get past like fucking 8 o'clock, it turns to fucking scum. It's horrible.
Didn't you see someone drinking on the street before? When I was out testing the radio,
yeah, I did see someone drinking.
there was actually someone drinking from a.
Last night there was as well, and I walked home at like fucking 4 PM. Some cunt drinking.
Oh yeah,
some
same as
ponies.
it, just around the corner.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the hell? Fucking who knows? So we've had someone says that drunk people are going to be better than buses. It's true, and they're probably more fun to talk about as well.
This could be it. He's going quick.
Going quick. It looked like he kind of was nervous there, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, it could have been a turner. He might have been like, oh,
it wasn't a turner.
Nah, it wasn't. Oh, you can squeeze past a turner on the other end.
Okay, sure. The buses don't come often enough for that to be.
Oh, he had a bit of power behind him.
Yeah, but yeah, we got nothing here anyway.
No, nothing there. So, what did we get up to? Five red lines.
5. Oh, that's pretty good. We get more, I think.
Oh, someone said drunk is better than buses.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear
I did.
that.
You weren't. You're too busy looking at the buses.
I have to be honest. I have had a few to drink.
Yeah, well, I haven't. Which gets me back to the original thing we were talking about. Apart from GNU already being shit, it is. Just trust me. Australian encryption. Yeah, they don't want just you to give up your passwords, right? Because fucking terrorist McTerrorist face or like Kitty Fiddler McGee, he's not gonna give up the password. He's like, I'm gonna go to prison for the rest of my life. Fuck giving up the password. And like, if you go to prison, if you don't give it the password, it doesn't work against someone who's gonna go to prison anyway. So they want someone, the provider of whatever, to give them the ability to get the messages or get access to the phone or whatever.
You're starting to talk really well. Just
Really
someone. Who's someone?
It's like they haven't specified. So here's the thing: a lot of people are saying this is, Australian government wants to weaken encryption. They want to remove encryption or provide a backdoor in the encryption, or the government can decrypt everything. People are saying the government wants to decrypt everything.
Yeah,
it's not the case. They haven't said that.
but it's what they want. But there's no real end goal. Like
the end goal is gaining access to the messages of people who they have warrants for.
Yeah.
That's the end goal. If doing decryption on everything would be one way to do it, right? Yeah. If the government could do it. It's a dumb way to do it, though.
Not sure a country the size of Australia has the power to do that, though.
To decrypt everything? Or you mean...
Decrypt everything or backdoor something.
Yeah, okay. But if
the internet's
legislated
quite
if they legislated you have to use a secret... for example, we saw the NSA influencing the curves used for... The curves used for the ECC stuff. You can get backdoored curves that, unless you know about how they were generated, you struggle to actually use the backdoor. But you can tell it's being backdoored if fucking the NSA just comes out and they're like, use these curves, bro, and they're totally safe.
Yeah. Was it you that I was talking with the other day about the porn filter in UK? How they block
come up
porn? I think I think it's porn, but another country blocks it for a completely different reason, for the fact that it's
Russia, right?
Porn. Yeah, Russia.
Yeah. They block it because dissidents
actually use the comments.
They use
in
the
new
comments
porn.
on which is you have the same idea. Countries trying to control people, but for different reasons.
It's kind of weird. So Pornhub have a bug bounty, and I did some bug hunting in there. And
yeah, I've done a little bit of
they actually
bug
have
hunting on Pornhub too.
actual movies, not pornographic movies. Yeah, I was like, wow, you can watch.
People have uploaded them?
Yeah,
or?
people have uploaded Shrek 2, for example. So
okay, so I have seen it a little
while
bit.
I was doing it, I was watching Shrek 2 for part of my testing.
Okay.
So you don't get distracted.
Shrek 2. I think I've seen that one. That's the one where there's
a giant green guy.
The giant gets, don't come into my swamp. Is that the one? I think I've seen that one.
You might have. I can't even. I think it's based off a fairy tale, isn't it?
A book or something.
Yeah.
It's a fairy tale book.
Yeah. Do you reckon this next cycle might be it?
No, they're calm tonight. Look at them. I don't know what they're doing.
I think we're going pretty quick. Someone commented ogre just after you did the ogre.
Yeah, that's because that someone is in the office.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Jeez. We should probably start wrapping it up anyway. How about 5:45 we wrap it up? It's an hour and 15 minutes. It's been a while. The buses aren't. Look at them. They're not doing.
Oh, we got to turn it. We got to turn it.
Yeah.
One more. Nah.
That's the thing. They're just not that many buses tonight. They're not aggressive. They're less aggressive than normal, right?
They might be listening on the FM 107.7.
They could just see us. Because here's the other thing I've just realized. Every blind is closed.
except these
Except
two.
the one that lets you see the two of us staring at the buses with the microphones in our hands. Fuck, I've just realized actually with the lights on, especially now that it's at night, you'll be able to see us so easy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty bad. Oh, look, someone just pointed at us.
Yeah, we've got a
We've got people waving.
young girl waving.
I think that came up at the start of the stream, actually.
Oh, wow.
That might actually be why the buses are a little bit less aggressive tonight.
Yeah, but only
They can't see
these
the
buses,
camera.
Only these buses will be
No, fuck
able
off.
to see it.
If the buses are like on the fucking
Oh,
thing,
yeah, on
hey,
the walkie-talkie.
there's two fucking dudes with a camera and microphones looking at us.
But we still got, what, 5? That's pretty
You
good.
did get 5. That's pretty bad. If you got 5, they did have more at the start though, right?
Yeah.
If we got 5 and they know we're watching them, that's pretty bad.
Oh, yes.
Yellow.
Well, not quite. Yep. Oh, no,
biker,
that's a
wasn't a
bike.
person.
I thought it was a bus.
Especially if they see us pointing, because we point a lot.
We
We're
do
pointing.
point
They
a lot.
can- they-
You
they'd always-
can't see us pointing, but we point
we
like
can
a
see.
lot.
Obviously, the people on the street can see us pointing because they're waving at us. Okay, we're almost there. We got 2 minutes left. Well, is there anything you want to talk about?
5:45, or should we do 6?
5:45. I got the phone call with my nana.
Yeah, when's your nana
I
calling?
don't know, like fucking the afternoon.
What else do we
Evening?
have? We don't have anything on these show notes.
Well, how about we talk about Bitcoin? We got the split coming up, don't we?
Yeah,
You
we do
wanna
have
talk about
the split. Yeah,
Talk about the technical aspects of the split.
the
Do you know the technical?
USAF.
United
User-
States Air Force. It's not that one? Different?
No, it's actually UASF. User activated soft fork.
Okay, that's when the users activate a soft fork, right?
Yeah. So
Okay, but
that's coming up
why?
on
Why are they doing
August 1st, July 31st for New Zealand time, because way
Yeah.
back in.
You got 1 minute. Give me the technical details.
Oh, fucking. Are we doing this in 1 minute?
Yeah.
Take
fucking-
all your Bitcoin out of exchanges and control your keys.
Oh yeah. Because depending on
it
how
might-
the exchanges do their shit, right?
And
do
don't
another.
use Bitcoin for like a month until it settles down. Oh, yeah, that's a red. Oh, and it's really backed up.
Or I was hoping there'd be another one. Okay, well, we can increase it to 6.
So we're going to 6?
That's low down on that. There's gonna be a fork. Get your Bitcoin.
Well,
hide your kids.
There
hide
might
your
not be a
wife.
fork. So there's going to be a soft fork.
What does that mean? That's a fork. You just said the word fork.
So there's going to be a fork in the sense that a hard blockchain fork might happen, but it might not.
What does that mean? Like the thing is people running Bitcoin software, right?
Yeah.
So
So
if people change, it's a fork.
it could go one or two ways. So basically, after August 1st, if everyone agrees, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Or
Nothing happens. Or
so, what do
the
you mean
other
everyone
option,
agrees is everyone keeps using the same software.
everyone uses the same software or everyone uses the new software.
Okay, but that would be a change. If everyone switches software, there's a change. You
The-
have to manually install new software.
No, the blockchain still stays the same and in-user clients and wallets still the same.
Wait, so the miners are the people changing the software?
Yeah,
now?
it's
okay. So if all the miners change software, I still consider there's a change. Like the code of that manages
Yeah.
the blockchain has
But
changed.
the big issue here is if not all the miners agree, then you might get a blockchain fork.
Okay, I see. So
Which
the,
will result in two different coins.
the term fork only refers.
We got to turn it
oh my
on
god,
an orange.
Oh my
boom.
god, there's a dude.
Oh yes.
Look, there's
I'll-
a car there as well.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
I would call that too. There was a turner
Okay.
red and a straight ahead red.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. So we're gonna check that 8.
Yeah.
This is why we said later is probably good. So next time we'll do it later as well. Okay, so the word fork only applies when there's a split in the software.
So yeah, we've got a soft fork or a hard
because they're still not
fork.
going to be using, they're
Like-
still going to be using the mainline software, right? They're still
Yeah,
changing
so that-
off mainline.
That's the thing. Like the technical aspects of it is there's a certain bit being advertised in each block currently,
Yeah.
saying whether you support the new thing or whether you don't. But yeah, my advice is just take all your coins out of any exchange you have and control the private key. And after August 1st, just don't use it for a bit until it kind of settles down and you know which blockchain is actually going to be the one.
This might actually present a good opportunity to buy or sell Bitcoin depending on how everything goes as
Yeah,
well.
so I mean, Bitcoin, the price went up $800 today around lunch. I haven't actually checked since lunch. Hopefully, I'm not broke.
Yeah, Hugh invests a lot in Bitcoin and other things as well.
Yeah.
Up, down,
It's
gone down a bit.
It's gone down a bit.
Still pretty decent.
It's up like 600 from. Oh, there was an orange. Nah. Yeah, it's gone up 600 since yesterday. It just randomly spiked, which was good because I bought some more just 2 days ago.
Until the fork happens and all shit turns to shit. Okay, look, I think it's about time we head off now. Anyway, do we have an outro song?
Shall I just search?
Play the same one. Play the same
We,
one.
we,
It's
we
good,
didn't
I
actually
like-
play. Didn't we say 6?
No, we said fucking 5:45. I'm done now.
Yeah, you
We
said
said
6
fucking
after. You said
5:45.
6 after.
I said we should change to 6. As in, next time let's do 6. We meant to do 5:30 this time. People are
6
done.
hours.
We've got.
We just got 2 red runners.
Okay, we'll wait till 6. I guess. When are you going to talk about this?
I don't know.
Everything. We're going to have a topic they want to talk about.
Um,
InfoSec. We got InfoSec. We don't talk about InfoSec.
where's our chat
Yeah, I had a thought the other
Who
day.
has any suggestions on what we can talk about?
And until then, I did have a thought the other day,
Yeah.
which is, and everyone has this thought, pentesting doesn't help anyone. No one. Doesn't help anyone.
What do you mean?
It doesn't. No one's more secure because they got pen tested. They might be a little bit in like a small sense. A corporation gets pen tested. You know, they're hackable before, they're hackable after. It doesn't meaningfully improve the security of anything. There's no point. It's not the same as there's no point in doing it. I just mean,
depends on the client you have. If you've got a good client that actually fixes stuff, then it does improve.
does it? I can still fish them.
Depends what your scope is.
It depends what your scope is.
I mean, if we're going to talk social engineering is just a fucking large kettle of fish, if you get my pun.
DEFCON tips. That's actually a probably good one, actually.
DEFCON tips?
DEFCON tips.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, one of our colleagues is actually giving a talk.
Talking about GPS and shit. Time. NTPD, some shit like that.
How to get free Uber rides.
Free Uber rides. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, actually. Don't do it. You'll go to jail. But, you know.
Or will you?
Well, you might go to jail.
The Uber might drive you to jail.
I don't-
Wonder how much it would cost
To Uber to jail?
to Uber for jail for free. Well,
Well,
you
it
still
costs
have
nothing then.
you still have to pay for the time-based cost.
Okay, yeah. So we're saying
we shouldn't talk too much about the
we shouldn't.
talk.
Yeah, okay. We've seen the talk, so we've seen the slides, I guess. Liam. DEFCON tips from people who have never been to DEFCON. Well, that's not quite right, actually.
Go to DEFCON. It's pretty cool.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so Bull said here, don't patch your systems because people can still phish you. And that's not what I'm saying. Okay? Like, I do think you should try and improve your security. I just think...
Oh, we got to turn it on an orange and...
No, we got walkers, so it's not going to happen. I do think you should patch your systems. And I do think you can improve your security. Okay? Like, in a personal sense. Personal meaning a business as well. You know, if you're a startup, you can definitely... be more secure or less secure. But does pen testing meaningfully improve the security of the world? Let's take, for example, you know, the big worm we had recently, the ransomware Pedya. If there was no one doing pen testing, what? Let's take a more realistic example. If there was half the amount of pen testing we currently have, half of that, would it have been significantly better or worse with that ransomware? And I struggle to see that the answer would be, it would be way worse. I just really struggle to see that.
So you're talking about the sort of statistical analysis. Like, would it
Yeah.
actually be significantly better?
Yeah,
or
like
worse?
I guess it's like, does pen testing in any, like, because pen testing surely does improve whatever you pen, right? Like, there's no doubt about that. But does it matter? Does it matter that your one app now has slightly less SQLi in it? Does it matter that Greg from down the road now has a company that's not
Oh,
getting hacked?
did you see that? He pulled forward and there was a turner.
Yeah, well, that's how Elite Turners go.
Yeah, but like, what if the light went red?
Like, would have been stuck.
That
There's not a lot
guy,
of time.
that guy went through the red.
Really? That's
We've
an
counted it
orange.
in the past.
Not like that. That was tight.
Fair enough.
What do you think anyway about the pen testing thing? What do you think?
So I think it does help, but yeah, like when you
Does
say statistically different, it potentially might not make a difference, but it's hard to tell. Like, it will be interesting if someone does some research on whether it does make a difference.
How do you research that? Like, we have a pen testing industry. And you got to view everything in aggregate, right? Like if
Well, I
like
guess you
said,
could look at companies that have had pen testing done versus ones that haven't had pen testing done,
That
and
doesn't
like,
quite work, right? Because if you think about the interlink thing, let's take, for example, someone who's worked at a company that's had pen testing done and also worked for the same company who hasn't. They're reusing their password. If I pop the company that hasn't had pen testing, great. Now I pop the company who has.
yeah, fair enough.
Everything's
Passwords
too
are a
interconnected.
terrible thing, though.
Passwords are terrible. I think we can all agree passwords are terrible, and yet there's no alternative. Like I'm not saying it's we shouldn't use them. I'm saying
I would say yet, but there's no yet. Like
There's no-
we're gonna
what
have
are we gonna
passwords
do?
forever.
Yeah. Like someone said recently that Visa was introducing thumbprints instead of PIN or in conjunction or something like that. Something that was
Thumbprints.
instead of-
oh
instead
wow,
of, I
yeah,
mean-
that's terrible. I actually
Which is
heard
ridiculous.
on the radio this morning. So I was catching an Uber this morning,
Yeah.
and on the radio, people were talking about ATMs.
yeah, automatic teller machines.
The guy actually wanted it to be called automatic cash dispensers. and
Because
the
they
reason-
don't do teller stuff, do they?
Yeah, well, originally it was just going to dispense cash. They kind of do tellers. You can deposit cash in like an envelope.
Fucking barely. Who does that?
I saw one of my mates do that once. But they were saying the reason why it only has a 4-digit PIN was because the inventor's wife couldn't remember more than 4 numbers.
Oh,
And that's why we're stuck with a finance industry requiring only 4 numbers.
okay, but that kind of makes sense because at the end of the day, if the inventor's wife can only remember 4 numbers, so can the average person probably.
Yeah, fair enough. But why can't we have a choice of more?
Okay, but I don't have a problem with that because if I don't give my PIN out, which I do not generally, ever.
What's your PIN?
Ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, mate.
107.7 megahertz.
Yeah, that's my PIN. Yeah, that's the bus factor, 107.7. The bank covers it. The bank, if someone guesses my PIN, which they conceivably can, the bank covers it. So I don't give a shit. You know, it's like the same idea behind bank sites that have shitty passwords or like they don't do HSTS or whatever. Like I just don't care about that because you know, like it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, fair enough.
It doesn't affect anyone.
I mean, you are one of the sort of few in the scheme of things that actually care about security. A lot of people would share their pins, even though it clearly says you're not meant to.
Yeah, but a longer pin doesn't prevent that. You know, like a longer pin's irrelevant to that. Like, there's just no reason to have longer pins. If the bank can decide there's a reason to do it if they think it's going to meaningfully improve their return.
Yeah.
But us, it doesn't matter. Okay, we've got our outro song ready anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to?
Well, oh, what's that?
We did have the last one, which was DEFCON tips,
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. We got a bit.
which is I think the only one you really need to worry is when you make your utility kilt out of your burner phones, like, you know, make sure you use flip ones so that you can keep it slim. So because it gets hot in Vegas.
Yeah,
So
it definitely gets hot there.
You did Mustang Kong the other year, right?
Yeah, I did Mustang Kong last year. Not everyone knows about Mustang. So.
Oh, okay, well you did DEFCON then. How's that?
Yeah, I did Mustang, DEFCON, B-Sides, Vegas. Well,
Is there another one?
not in that order.
Did
I didn't do Wrong
Black Hat?
Island. I didn't do Black Hat.
Isn't there Black Hat?
Black
Hat's
Hat was
good,
at the same time as B-Sides.
Yeah, that's right.
So I went to some Black Hat parties because I got invites. And
Because you're a Black Hat?
so yeah, actually that's one DEFCON tip. Go to some parties. Like try and get invites to parties.
I mean,
You get to meet
DEFCON's for partying,
a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people you wouldn't meet at the Australasian cons, which I'm guessing most of our listeners are from Australasia. So,
They mean, Australia and New Zealand.
so
Right, the definition.
Australasia. But Australasia includes Asia, right? Doesn't it? And why does it have Asia in it? Australasia. Why wouldn't it just be Austrian-New Zealand or something? Like Are you sure Australasia doesn't include Asia?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Oceania, which includes Asia?
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Okay.
I think we've
about done.
rambled too much. We had 8 red light runners. Hopefully people reported them all.
Oh,
But,
yeah, you should have reported those to the police.
we didn't actually tell the bus number for everyone and the quality is shit in the video, so
Oh, you could definitely see it on the thing.
potentially, yeah.
In any case, we're gonna sign off for tonight.
Yeah.
Let us know if you liked or didn't like. I guess
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
We might do another show. Who knows? Just
Yeah.
let us know.
More realistically, if you
So
have,
we're on Twitter at the Bus Factor.
that's right, yeah. Or we're on Twitch. I think the
Which-
chat keeps going or something. So feel free to do whatever.
Yeah.
If you want us to talk about something or not talk about something, or you like something but didn't like something, because honestly, We
We
can do
just
this
made
again
this
if you
up.
want it. Well, we did make it up, but everything's made up, really.
Yeah, I suppose. We won a lot of this. Yeah.
Next time we'll have more beer. It should help.
Well, we do actually have a lot of beer. Just one of us doesn't drink that much.
I mean, I drink. I didn't have time. I was busy reading the show notes.
Anyway, we'll just like to thank PLO for this Creative Commons Vengabus.
Buzz Factor.
The